Let's talk about it. In the last 2 years, our population's grown really fast, like baby boom fast. Increasingly, bad actors like fake colleges and big chain corporations have been exploiting our immigration system for their own interests. So we're doing something major. We're reducing the numbers of immigrants that will come to Canada for the next 3 years. Today, I'm going to let you in on what happened, where we made some mistakes, and why we're taking this big turn.
How about this to further enhance the reduction, Sheila? Deportation, like Donald Trump is going to do. Call in the army and get out the illegal people, the people that are breaking the laws without even being citizens. There's an express line to get the immigration numbers down, and you're targeting the right immigrants, the wrong immigrants to Canada.
Yeah, I bet you in his big explanation of what went wrong and what we're going to do to fix it, he doesn't say, I sent a tweet like an idiot in 2017 to troll the president of the United States, who was cracking down on immigration problems, as Justin Trudeau is doing right now, and collapsed our immigration system by inviting the huddled masses of the world to just waltz into our country unvetted and unconstrained. So I bet you he doesn't say anything about this 2017 Welcome to Canada tweet.
Yeah.
Because people took it seriously. They're like, right on, off we go. And now the people who followed his advice are just loose in our country.
Yeah.
And it'll be years before they even get an immigration review board hearing.
100%. And don't forget, when you make the ultimate sin, which I say is unforgivable, first-degree murder, let's look at our own homegrown al-Qaeda terrorist, shall we? Omar Khadr, $10.5 million of your tax dollars for compensation. For what? Hurt feelings? Are you kidding me?
It was for sleepless nights. I read the ruling. Yeah. It wasn't even a ruling. It was a settlement. He didn't even bother to take it to trial. I mean, to fight the veterans in court for years and years and years and years. Every trucker who ever looked at him wrong and honked too loud is being prosecuted until they get thrown out for taking too long in court. But it was not worth the trouble to fight Omar Khadr in court. He got $10.5 million and bought a strip mall in North Edmonton.
And, Sheila, I think really what we have to do with all our international airports in Canada, we have to have a new welcome sign. Welcome to Canada. Penalizing the makers, rewarding the takers. Have a nice day.
Now, Justin Trudeau says that people from all over the world, I want to know what people, give me names. Right now, I want names of the dumbest people on the face of the earth. He says that people from all over the world are coming to Canada for advice from Trudeau on how to deal with Donald Trump. Look at him standing beside the little foreign interference lady, Mary Ng.
What an unfortunate screen capture that is for Mary Ng, Sheila. There's something there that's really getting my spidey senses tingling.
Trudeau farted. Look at her. Look like she's smelling something bad. But tell me, Trudeau, that you're not giving these people advice to tweet welcome to country X. Because you just gave him advice to collapse their immigration system. Trump makes fun of him, snubs him at all international meetings, joked that his dad was Fidel Castro publicly, just does not take him seriously.
Is it a joke?
You know what? Steal a paper straw from Justin Trudeau next time he throws out his Starbucks, and we'll have a DNA test. But does he really think that after everything we know about how President Trump feels about the Canadian administration right now, and Chrystia Freeland, and Justin Trudeau's patronage or his paternity, does he wants us to believe the rest of the world is like, Justin, tell us, help us, tell us. Anyways, let's watch this. And Mary Ng having a sniff of something.
Question for the three of you at the podium. I was wondering about countries turning to Canada for advice on how to navigate a second Trump presidency. Who's asking us?
I think they're generalized conversations. People know that Canada has had a certain amount of experience dealing with various American administrations, and specifically our government navigated in a win-win way through the first Trump presidency. People are sharing notes, asking for advice, and we're happy to talk about our approach that is grounded in demonstrating that middle classes in both of our countries can do well when we work together.
Sheila,
he didn't name anybody. He said, who's asking us?
But I'm calling BS on steroids. Going to Trudeau for political advice, social economic policy advice, isn't that kind of like consulting the captain of the Titanic regarding iceberg navigation? I mean, are you kidding me? Who would want that guy's advice? This is... Sheila, I'm not being funny here. I'm not being mean. If Justin Trudeau, since the day he took office, flipped a coin and made his decision based on the coin toss, kind of like Harvey Dent, Two-Face in the Batman comics, this country would be much better off him only screwing up half the time. Instead, it's a 100% screw up. I mean, and the only thing I can ever get from his supporters when you ask them their greatest accomplishment is the legalization of pot, which for a lot of people is not an accomplishment. What else is there? Who's coming to him for advice, Sheila?
Nobody. That's why he couldn't say. The journalist actually asked, like, who is asking us? People. Generalized conversations. I would have pushed back and said, names, please. Yeah. Who people, please. Give me a vague country. Give me a continent from which these people are coming from. But we know how Donald Trump feels about Trudeau. I mean, he's appointed a very anti-Trudeau cabinet. Tulsi Gabbard has criticized him. RFK has. Matt Gaetz has. So, I mean, a lot of Trump's cabinet thinks that Trudeau is an absolute joke. And as Canadians, I think we're in for a tough go for about the next year, maybe a little less, until we have a change in administration here. Mike Waltz also made fun of Trudeau, particularly on issues related to China, as Trudeau gives a press conference standing beside Mary Ng, who is implicated in foreign interference.
Wow.
Like, it's just... they've criticized him on not spending enough at NATO. Like, no one is going to take Justin Trudeau's advice on dealing with Trump. And that is just absolute craziness that he even thought that was a believable thing to say in public.
And on the flip side of Canadian politics, we have Pierre Poilievre, most likely the Prime Minister after the next election with, if you believe the polls, and I do, in this case, having a majority Conservative government. Let's see what Mr. Poilievre has to say when he assesses 9 years of Justin Trudeau. And, of course, former Immigration Minister Sean Fraser losing track of, a few people. Would you believe 1 million people? Oh, yeah.
That
Check
seems
it out.
low.
Let's not turn our gaze away from the source of the problem, which is Justin Trudeau, who increased our population growth by 300% in a matter of a couple of years, who, by his admission, this isn't me, allowed massive fraud in international students, temporary foreign workers, and the refugee system. By his own admission, the Liberal immigration policies have caused massive housing, job, and healthcare shortages. And now he's basically denouncing his entire immigration policy and expecting us to believe that he can fix the problems that he caused. This rampant incompetence has caused human misery, both for newcomers and for multi-generational Canadians like you and I. The bottom line is we have to fix our immigration, get back to the best system in the world, the one that brought my wife here as a refugee legally and lawfully, the one that brought so many people here to pursue the Canadian promise. Let's not.
You know, Sheila, isn't it amazing, as we discussed briefly earlier, It was about 3 months ago. Poilievre made pronouncements on cutting immigration levels, and he was branded as a racist and a xenophobe by the Trudeau Liberals. And then, you know what? We're going to do it. Yeah, never mind what we said back then. He's still a racist and a xenophobe, but we're going to do it. And as for that 1 million, Sheila, think about this. You know, the Taylor Swift concerts at Skydome, they're packing in 50,000 people into that building. 1 million people is 20 jam-packed Skydomes. That's the equivalent of people we've lost track of.
That's an entire Edmonton.
Yeah.
That we've lost track of, Edmonton and the surrounding areas. That they're just loose in the country. I say it over and over again, but it remains true. Trudeau on this issue is like an arsonist showing up with a bucket of water to put out the fire that he started and then wanting you to pat him on the back and give him a reward for it. He did this. He broke the system. He called everybody who said we should do something different, he called everybody who said that the system was broken, a racist, a bigot, a xenophobe. And now he's saying, guys, I don't want to scare you, but I think there's a problem here. And I think maybe we should fix it. I mean, it's absolutely insane that he thinks Canadians are stupid enough to buy it.